Let's begin! Red Steel 2. What a joy this game is. Ubisoft really knocked it out of the park here. As with the Conduit games, this is being played on the Wii U for its superior HDMI output. The weapon model is great, perfect example of taking inspiration from a real world design and adding proper game dev flair. The sound design is excellent, you can really hear it connecting with environments and enemies. Good shot sound effect and perfect amount of camera shake give this a proper weighty feel in your hand too. Aiming is excellent, they nailed the Wiimote controller here, using Motion Plus to great effect. Watch as you can twist the weapon and fire, very unique. It's something only a VR headset can give you these days. Enemies stagger on each hit, even armoured ones, and stumble when shot in the legs, allowing you to make a killer blow with your sword. This is what the shotgun is all about here, to buy some time and get close. Ammo is scarce, so you won't be running and gunning every enemy, so gunplay is secondary to the blade here. As you can imagine, this degrades the projectiles on offer and some enemies are invincible bullet sponges. As such, you'll just get a few nice shots in here and there. For what it is though, it's a great sidekick shotgun and deserves high praise. One to try for sure. Fingers crossed for that Switch remaster too. Singularity. The Volk S4 gives you that ultimate badass action hero feeling at times thanks to its excellent impacts on enemies. With bespoke stagger and death animations, although they could have done a few more cycles, you do get the same ones popping up too much. It's still far better than lifeless ragdolls, however. Limbs fly and heads pop. The gun's projectile, particle effects and animation all complement the experience nicely. It does feel a little too light, but in the context of this game, it's not a big problem as time and reality seem to be floating in and out anyway. I'd normally slate a shotgun for feeling too light in its handling and firing, but it's forgivable in this game as you will have a lot of fast enemies to deal with. No alternate fire modes or ammo types here, unfortunately. The weapon model looks, well, HR Giga wants his commission. It's not the best looking thing, and the sound is standard, but for its excellent impacts on enemies, I recommend giving this one a go. Halo Reach. Like other Halo games, the shotgun feels overly rigid on screen with only a minimal amount of sway when aiming. As its pose travelling right into the corner of the screen, the impression is it's constantly being held right up on the shoulder near your face. This is not optimal and feels overly cramped after a while. The model looks fantastic however, believable that it comes from a sci-fi future, but not over the top. It sounds the same as ever though, a decently crafted sound effect that won't get tiring. Still lacks a few fire modes or ammo types. Good animation, but it's yet another game that feels like the pump is jammed every time your super sci-fi space marine uses it. Is there no grease in 2552? Devs may say it's balancing the rate of fire for the sake of gameplay. I say give me the option of how to fire. So what if I slam fire all my rounds into a pack of enemies? I know which is more fun if the need arises. Conserving ammo naturally balances gameplay anyway. Impacts on enemies are still wonderful, a staple of the franchise. Bulletstorm. What a shotgun we have in store for you today. The Bone Duster is a quad-barrel, charge-up shot-capable, thunderous machine of death. Combined with the slide kick movement mechanics in this game, you truly feel like an ultimate badass. The model looks excellent, really unique, positioning on screen and aiming sway is perfect. The sound of each shot is immense, thunderous and truly impactful, and the charge-up shot, my word, it sounds terrifying. So on top of all of this, you have world-class animation too. Everything moves just right. Shots have such gravitas and weighty recoil, nice muzzle flash, and perfect screen wobble. No disorientating camera jump to put your aim right off. Possibly the only criticism is that there's not more range of decals from each shot. This is balanced by the mesmerizing array of destructible items and traps for your enemies, so you won't be noticing it too much. Impacts on enemies are glorious. You get the whole package here. Limb-based staggering, dismemberment, myriad death animations, as well as appropriate selective use of ragdolls depending on the shot and distance.
You're getting a dose of me now.
The feeling of power you get from this weapon is a new high for the series. Perfect 10 out of 10 in FPS weapon design.
These things just keep coming.
Doing it all again as Duke Nukem is just the cherry on top too. Killzone 3! Whoa, hey, they made it sound better. Now you get a real sonic punch. The model is a slight tweak from Killzone 2. By the time you get hold of it properly, the enemies have become bullet sponges that can kill you in just a few shots. You know, that cheap way devs used to make games harder later on. Enemies do react quite well and have some good staggering animations, so they're at least honest bullet sponges. I feel the rate of fire should have been increased to balance the now super hardened enemies. If I have to stick 3 rounds in their chest, let's at least make it more fun when I do. I didn't notice as much dismemberment this time around, which is something Killzone 2 did well. They had 3 bites of the cherry with this gun, and it proves weapon design is a finely balanced art form. A shotgun sidearm that has unlimited ammo? Alright then. You get this nice and early in the campaign, and it's quite effective too. Why it's been held right up to your eye line by default is an odd posing choice, however. A gun like this is begging for an outstretched arm twisted out to the side. Anyway, it's designed as a last resort weapon, but it can be fun to sprint in and pop the last Hellgast in the face.
I love it.